going west or comes from the west. At Redfern,
Sydney Trains is fast becoming known as an unreliable network, and today proves otherwise with probably one of the worst train delays on the entire network in around 6 to 12 months, therefore leading to trains running up to nearly 200 minutes late. And in this video, I'll explain everything that went wrong and how I somehow managed to get stuck on every single train I went on with delays. Now it's time to explain what exactly went wrong and why all these delays were happening. So, originally, there was what was on any trip as a medical emergency at Burwood, halting trains for about half an hour at the time of me checking it. This therefore caused the entire inner west section of the train network to completely shut down, causing major delays and pretty much ruining the entire network for the day. This is then where I headed up to platform 19 to get on a train to Liverpool via Regent's Park, getting off at Redfern, and this is then where I first experienced the delays. Go in this store. Yeah, I think we've been halted here now.
Then Strathfield, Homebush, Flemington, Lincoln, Waratah, Regent's Park, and then all stations to Liverpool.
Due to an incident requiring medical emergency services at Burwood, this train is being held here until all signals will change and we get the go signal. Thank you.
Attention please, customers, attention please. If you missed the previous announcement, due to an incident at Burwood, we've been instructed to hold here until further notice. Not sure how long it's going to be, but as soon as we get the signal, we will continue on our journey to Liverpool. If you are in a hurry to get somewhere, you might want to try and source alternative transport. But for the moment, we're going to hold here until the signal, please.
Doors closing. Please stand clear.
And then, on our approach into Redfern, there was a sign that there already was quite severe delays.
Then all stations to
I then went up to the new concourse to head down to platforms 2 and 3, where there was a most likely cancelled train sitting on platform 2, which it ended up sitting there for about 4 hours, and I only turned up when it was sitting there for about 40 minutes.
the train on platform 2 goes to Waratah via Strathfield. First stop, Burwood, then Strathfield, then all stations.
On the screen just here, you can see that this train ended up running about 150 minutes late at the time of the screenshot being taken, and the train was then terminated at Redfern before most likely it then returned either to the depot or back reversed to Central Station. So then after what I believe was about half an hour to an hour, the first train from Burwood Way which was a T3 line train, finally came in. This train here is currently running 40 minutes late. Very busy inside. Judging by that over there, it looks like the stopping pattern on this train has probably been changed. This train just here is currently running about 65 minutes late, or 1 hour and 5 minutes late.
Emergency at Burwood earlier. If you're going to Hornsby or Epping, please go to platform 6, change to Strathfield. If you want a direct Burwood service, please also go to platform 6. I repeat, there are no trains running on platform 2 due to a medical emergency at Burwood earlier.
Trains are not running between Strathfield and Central due to an incident requiring emergency services at Burwood. Stops may change at short notice. Allow plenty of extra travel time or check transport apps and information screens for service updates.
Geez, 30 minutes. It just had the announcement delayed by 30 minutes compared to other trains. They're about now going into the 70 and 80 minutes of being late. This train's about to go into 70 minutes late, which is insane. So we're just getting a huge amount of announcements of trains running late. I've been hearing like 25 minutes late, 30 minutes late, 40 minutes late, even up to like an hour late now. There's been no development in what's going on, but from what I've been hearing, it hasn't really specified if it's still occurring or if it's finished now and it's all resolved. But there's trains that are resuming from Strathfield. "22 minutes that train's running late." Judging by the fact how this train here has just been stalled here for quite a long time, I'm going to guess that it's probably to the point now where it might even get cancelled. All I know is that it's at least going to skip some stations.
Trains will not be running on this platform. If you need a westbound or a northbound bound,
So there's just an announcement. It's been cut in the middle. They got a radio message and they're stopped now, so not sure what's happening. But they're now saying earlier at Burwood. So obviously it's happened earlier, but something's happened at Burwood to the point where no trains are running off platforms 1 and 2. But all the other platforms, they seem to be resuming services again, but this one, no. Got a helicopter. Not sure if that's related to this incident, but it is passing directly over us. Looks like a police helicopter or a 9 News helicopter. It's got the blue colours on it. Unsure though. Something's up in Burwood. But yeah, these trains on platform 2 won't be moving anytime soon. Made it quite clear, all the announcements. but they have restored service on the all stops sections, but the T1 and the T9 and the Blue Mountains and Central Coast trains are stuffed. Screens are changed. So I just had a look at any trip. Now they obviously let 2 or 3 trains through to those platforms, but they've all been stopped again. At the moment there's only trains heading towards Burwood, but I wouldn't be surprised if the trains are skipping Burwood because they're saying change at Strathfield for Burwood instead of getting off at Burwood. But yeah, unfortunately Sydney trains has kind of become a thing where there's always delays, and really is unfortunate because in the past years, back in like 2019 and under, I think that the trains were, there was always incidents, like you'd expect incidents on any rail network, but from about 2019 and back, there wasn't really that much delays, and I really liked how the trains were ran back then, the timetables and everything, but it was pretty much since COVID in 2020 that the trains have just been messed up now, and always delays, and the always problems with trains. The timetables have changed, reducing the variety of trains running, so we always just get these Waratahs now. So yeah, it is a little unfortunate, but this is unfortunately what the future is obviously going to be like on Sydney trains, where it's going to be the same type of trains, clone trains I'll call them, and heaps of delays. And with me now finally finished with blabbering about my opinion with Sydney trains, which I'm not kidding, I totaled up all the footage, was about 20 minutes long. We then discovered that they actually closed the platform when we were technically trapped on the platform. We just went up and we were let out straight away. But yeah, this is then where we had to somehow get back towards the city. So I decided to head down to platform 10, where they were having the Macarthur T8 trains operating from. That just then was the first train in about an hour, and they don't seem to have any more trains for another good half an hour or so.
Via East Hills on platform 10 is delayed by approximately 32 minutes.
Then after that, I decided to head towards the T4 line, which is then when we encountered our next set of delays, which is another pretty big part of the delays for the day. So for those wondering where I'm headed to on the T4 line, I'm headed for Town Hall to have some lunch and do a little bit of shopping in the city.
Town Hall, Martin Place, King's Cross, Edgecliff and Bonga Junction.
After sitting on the train for about 3 or 4 minutes, that's then when I became suspicious of another delay, and I sure was correct.
Delay here at Redfern. Apologise for the delay in the meeting. This train will move ahead shortly. We're waiting for a train to move away from Central. This train will move ahead shortly. Just waiting for a train to move ahead of us.
So basically, all the passengers were told is that we were waiting for a train ahead of us. What I actually checked on AnyTrip, though, was that there was an operational issue at Central, which I'd like to refer to as the excuse to delays, as the train in front of us ended up sitting at Central for a total of 15 minutes, and I have no idea why, not too sure. Then we eventually went to Central on the train and continued along towards Town Hall. But you'll notice again in probably the next few scenes on the way back towards Central, we were halted yet again due to, yet again, more delays, and again was the operational issue. So for some reason, on the same day, trains were sitting at Central for up to 20 minutes, causing delays on the entire line. After about 10 minutes, we reached Town Hall Station, and it was pure chaos trying to get to the one singular escalator, taking everyone up from the train. There was at least about 200 people, and yeah, just listen. That's what happens when you're on the coast. Now on to the third delay for the day and the third time that I was stuck on a train. And it was the exact same operational issue at Central.
Attention customers, we are still waiting for the signal to clear. We apologize for inconvenience. We are at the stop signal, waiting for the signal to clear. We will be departing in few minutes. Attention customers, we are being delayed as the train in front at Central is waiting on the train crew to work the train. Once again, we are being delayed by the train in front at Central. The train at Central is waiting for the train crew to work. Will be delayed for a few minutes.
Then finally, after about another 10 minutes of waiting, we were on our way back towards Central. This is now where I went to platforms 23 and 22 to get on the next Revesby train to head towards Green Square to do some train spotting for my second channel, Train Spotting Down Under. Subscribe on the top right of the screen, and there's probably going to be a flash up here. Totally not promoting my channel anyways. But for some reason, the train was departing from platform 22, and coming up, you'll notice that I'll be explaining that a lot of the trains started departing from platform 22, and there was some sort of incident there where the trains were terminating there for longer than they should have, then causing pure chaos again on another part of the train network, which was not affected by the major delays at Burwood. Now, although this clip was meant to be kept secret, as it was meant to be an upcoming video for the second channel, it is no longer going to be an upcoming video, as it was way too short. But this is then when I got off the train, so I did a bit of train spotting at Green Square, as you see just here. Then I was planning to get the next train, as they operate every 15 minutes from Central towards Revesby. So, yeah, then we were waiting for the train. We got an announcement, which I'll flash up here. That the train was running a few minutes late, and then it ended up getting so bad that the train ended up running about 10 minutes late, and we nearly had to find alternative modes of transport. And this now brings a very chaotic day to an end. Trains ended up running up to about 200, some even at 300 minutes late, and it didn't take until about 4 AM in the morning of the following day for the delays to actually be completely rectified. So that's what happens when you have trains running about 5 hours late, which then continue operating. But yeah, so this day really did show just the public in general how City Trains really needs to fix up their system. Yeah, and I was caught in the middle of it, and luckily I was able to get all this footage for you all. But anyways, that does conclude this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you check out my second channel, Train Spotting Down Under, again on the top right of the screen. I post every 2 days train spotting videos on there. And stay tuned for my next video on Saturday next weekend, as it's one of my first special experiences of 2024. And by special experiences, I mean the ones such as the Flemington Maintenance Centre. So do stay tuned for that. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.